Hey y'all, it's Chimdi. If you're hearing that pitter patter in the background, that is the sound of rain. Yes, it is raining in Los Angeles. It's so exciting, but at the same time, you're reminded that there are folks who are truly out on the street right now, and this rain is not a glorious, beautiful thing, and we just have to remember that. Anyway, for today's video, it is now 2021. We out here, we're doing our thing. I am at 4,000 subscribers, or very close to 4,000 subscribers, and I'm also at 4 years of doing YouTube videos. And so for this video, I just want to reflect on my time and really share 5 of the things that I've learned from doing YouTube videos for 4 years, which is insane. I basically have an undergraduate degree in YouTube. Before we get too far into the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Appreciate you. Subscribe if you have not already. Joined the family. Would love that. And then question, what is the most important thing that you have learned from YouTube? Because we know YouTube is so great to for tutorials, so just to learn things quickly, for research. What's the most important thing that you have learned from watching YouTube videos? All right, let's get into the video. Okay, so the very first thing I learned when I signed up for YouTube and I published my first video, no one cares. Nobody cares. They don't care. They don't care in the good way, they don't care in the bad way. I think a lot of people don't put up YouTube videos or don't put themselves out there, period, because they're thinking about what will people think of me, what will they say of me. Girl, they're not thinking about you. They're not saying nothing about you. It's a bad thing because of course you're doing the hard work to create videos. It takes so much emotional work to get to the point where you feel comfortable and safe enough to put out a YouTube video. So to put that out into the ether and have people be like, what is one of my very first YouTube videos I sent to somebody and they were like, so what is the point of this? And I was just like, bitch, I don't know, I'm making YouTube videos. Subscribe, what? But it's a good thing too because it gives you this safe space to play and to explore and to try new things and to perfect your craft. And it gives you the chance to just put things out there that you're like, I think this is good. And then you can have the time to reflect and look back and say, wait, no, this is trash, let me delete it. So one good thing about being obscure too is that you can get a taste of what's to come if and when you become more successful, and it can give you a preview so you know how you're gonna respond and how you're gonna react. So for instance, I made a video and I was looking extra cute that day, but I mean, truly, aren't I always? And someone left a comment that was like, oh, you know, you're looking real cute. I hope my girlfriend doesn't see this or whatever because she's crazy. Something like that that was like a little strange. And I was like, okay, whatever, thanks for telling me I look cute, whatever, you know, something like that. And then the girlfriend, because who knows, it's all just usernames on the internet, responded to the comment and was like, just started calling me all these like nasty names and being really rude. And I was just like, oh, this is strange. And I just deleted all of it. This person kept commenting. Like they sent easily 6 or 7 messages, just like commenting on like across my different videos, trying to get a rise out of me, trying to get me to respond. And towards the end, it literally was just like begging for a response. It was like, come on, just respond, just say something. And I was like, mentally like, no. So I just delete. Until eventually this person just stopped. And I was watching, I think I was watching a Kelly Stamps video, and she pointed out that some people will do this. They'll try to like trap you into weird situations so they can get screenshots of things you said to like use them against you. Just like stuff that I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was like a thing. And it happened when I only had a couple of thousand subscribers, and it hasn't happened since. But I now understand that is a thing people will do as you get more successful. And so I'm like, okay, I can be aware of it, and next time it happens, I'll be able to just like brush it off my shoulder and not really worry about it. But honestly, the lesson that people don't care is still really hard for me to wrap my mind around. For instance, I made a video about my salary and my money, and I spent some time being like, should I talk about this? Is this important? Will I be judged? I really thought it mattered. I put the video out, maybe like 100 views. Like no one cares. The things that we assume people are consumed about and concerned about, nah, bruh, they're not concerned. That brings me to the second thing I learned, which is that you need to be your own motivation. And it's because people don't care. If you miss a day of uploading, if you miss a day of recording, if it starts being a week, 2 weeks since your last video, no one's gonna be knocking on your door, banging it down, saying, hey, where's the video? You said you were gonna upload once a week. Where's the motherfucking video? No, they're not. They don't care. I thought they would be like, at least, oh, I wonder where Chimbi's video is. No, they're thinking about their own stuff. And I know that personally. There are so few shows, podcasts, pieces of content where if the person misses a week of uploading, I'm actually gonna notice. There's probably 4, and none of them are on YouTube, where if someone misses an upload, I'm like, where is missed that video. We need that. So you need to be your own motivation, especially in the beginning, because no one's gonna be holding you accountable because they don't care and they're not following along. But as an asterisk to what I just said, people aren't telling you they care, because the reality is that you making the choice to put yourself out there and to create content and to showcase your point of view and to demand of the world that they should pay attention to you actually is incredibly inspiring and motivating to people. You just aren't necessarily aware of that. For that reason, you can't count on those folks with motivation, and it might seem as if they don't care, but you also never really know who's watching you and who's checking for you. And you should move from a place of, at some point, I am going to be discovered, I am going to become incredibly successful, and when that happens, I need to make sure that all of my messaging, all of my values, all of my words are aligned with who I really am and what I really believe, and I'm being as authentic as possible, because once the stuff is out there, you can never bring it back in. The third thing I've learned from my 4 years on YouTube is that you need to look at other YouTubers as inspiration and motivation and not as competition. It can be really easy when there are so many people who maybe look like you and sound like you and are making similar videos to you to think like, oh, if they have this many subscribers, that means my subscribers are gonna be low. No, even if there's a YouTuber with 10 million subscribers, that's still 7.5 billion people in the world. I know in the beginning it was so easy for me to be like, oh, this person has so much better editing than me, or this person is so much more successful than me. But the reality is that, one, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're gonna keep growing regardless. And they didn't come out the womb being as good as they are, being successful as they are. They had to do the work to get there, and that's what you need to do too. So instead of saying like, oh, their editing is so great, I'll never be like that, it needs to be, oh, if I work hard, I can be as good at them as editing. Or like, oh, they have this many subscribers. It needs to be, I will one day have that many subscribers if I continue to work hard and commit to it. It's just about being consistent and keeping at it. And what's great about other YouTubers too is that you see in the way they move and the content they create what's possible. It's so easy to keep ourselves in these really narrow spaces and only create a certain kind of content and show up in a certain kind of way because we think that's what's allowed. And then when you see other folks doing wild stuff, you're like, oh, we can do that? And then you can give yourself permission to start experimenting and trying new things and figure out exactly what is your voice on this platform. I was so weirdly competitive in the beginning that I wouldn't even comment on people's stuff. I would be like, I want my comments to be something exclusive. And it's like, for what? Especially now that I know what it's like to value every single comment that people leave on my videos. I'm so liberal with leaving comments, liking videos, responding to folks, engaging with folks. That motivation and encouragement means so much. And in the way you show up and give comments and engage with people, you're reinforcing your own brand and you're reinforcing the values you have and what you're saying about how everyone should show up. The fourth thing I have learned about being on YouTube is that truly no one can do it like you. No one can do it like you. No one is you. They might be funny, they might be smart, they might be interesting, they might be charming. They're not you. So whatever you are bringing, that's the juice, that's the magic. And the more you bring yourself into your work, the more authentic you are, the more vulnerable you are, the more successful you're gonna be, because no one can imitate that. And it's this renewable resource. Every day you wake up as you. So every day there's another take you have, there's another perspective, another opinion, another experience, another memory that you can use and draw on to create content and to share with the world. There's literally no competition but yourself, because no one can do it like you. And I feel like I'm still learning that, but the more I learn into it, the more I'm just leaning into being myself. You know, I don't like to call myself weird. I don't think of myself as weird. I think of myself as a normal person, all right? I'm normal and cool, okay? But I know I got some things about me that maybe are a little bit particular. And so I'm realizing it's okay to show those aspects of myself in the videos. And that's actually like the good stuff, because that's the stuff that no one can get and that can't be replicated. When I think about the people in our just media who are incredibly successful and are killing it at the top of their game, I think a lot of it is because they have figured out who they are and then they are going for it full steam ahead. And sometimes we might not like who that person is, and that's where you get haters and folks who maybe for good reason are saying, hey, this person is problematic for X, Y reasons. But in my experience, the folks who we criticize, that does not stop them. They keep doing their thing. And I think the thing to learn from that isn't that you shouldn't take feedback and grow and try to get better, but that you should never stop being yourself. You should never stop dimming your light. People aren't always gonna like you. People don't like Beyonce. People don't like Beyonce to the point where they are proud of not liking Beyonce, as if that's a personality. Same thing for Taylor Swift. So when you see successful people who still have haters, but they keep being themselves, you need to decide, Are you gonna be the person that's gonna be like, I don't like them, so I'm gonna keep attacking them, so hopefully they do stop being themselves? Or I see how they're showing up and still being who they are despite the criticism. I'm gonna learn from that and do the same thing in my own life. All right, the fifth and final thing that I have learned from, I had someone comment on one of my videos, I'm getting motion sickness from how many hand movements you're doing, something like that. And I was like, hey, thanks for watching, appreciate you. Fifth and final thing I've learned from being on YouTube, don't give up. It's such a cliche, right? You've heard this so many times, and honestly, I'm realizing that life is just realizing that all the cliches are true. You really just have to not give up. I've been doing this for 4 years. If you had asked me when I started, like, Chimdi, how long will it take you to get 1 million subscribers? I'd have been like, what? 6 months? Like, I really was like, it won't be hard. Have you met me? I'm charismatic. I am charming. I'm cute. I mean, the face alone, the body, like, of course I'll be successful right away. Why not? And here I am 4 years later, truly at the 4,000 mark. But I understand that that's just how it goes sometimes. And I understand, honestly, that I had periods where I was not investing the way I should, and I had periods of not learning. There's so much to learn about how to have a good YouTube channel and how to make it successful. Tags and thumbnails and promotional schedules and consistency and the editing techniques. There's so much to learn and so much to know. And I know that in the beginning, I was not spending as much time learning about how to create videos well. I was much more focused on what am I gonna talk about and what is my schedule gonna be, and just trying to keep that consistent when there's so much. And I look back on my old videos now and I'm just like, I look at videos from a month ago and I'm like, you thought that was good? You really thought that was a good video? You really sat there and made that and you're proud of that? What? And that's from a month ago. It's not even from 4 years ago. It's not from 4 years ago. I'm just like, listen, I've already deleted, or not deleted, I put it on private because I want it to still exist. But there's so much content, y'all, that I have just been like, people don't need to see this. They don't need to see this. The stuff that I was comfortable putting on the internet and having that attached to my name in terms of quality blows my mind. It blows my mind. Because I'm just like, huh? But I understand that is the nature of growth. That is the nature of improvements. You are always getting better. And in the same way, I'm gonna watch this video and be like, really girl, that was the best you could do in 2021. That video? Okay. This is editing Chimdi. Okay, girl, you're being too hard on yourself, okay? This is the best you could do, but you're doing your best and you're gonna get better, all right? Chill. I'm doing the best I can. So yeah, even though right now I'm not at 1 million subscribers, I know that I'm on my way to 1 million subscribers, and that remains true as long as I keep uploading videos. Every time I pull out my camera, every time I script out a video, every time I take a photo for my thumbnail, every time I write a community post, all of this is supporting my overall goal of having a successful channel. And as long as I keep marching forward, it is just gonna grow. That is the nature of life. It pushes towards growth. It pushes towards expanding. And so all I have to do is just keep doing my part, and the channel is gonna grow. So we'll see how long it takes, you know. Now that it's taken 4 years to get 4,000, I'm like, is it gonna take 20 years? But I don't think so. I'm still real optimistic that it'll be sooner rather than later. And honestly, as long as I keep doing it, I'm gonna feel good. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm so excited I made it to 4 years. I'm excited for the next 4 years. And go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if it was helpful, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!